The rain came down with a soft pitter-patter, a gentle drumbeat on the world. Reds, blues, and greens dotted the sidewalk as they hurried along. But one little boy wasn't hurrying. This was Aiden. He had short black hair and a bright yellow raincoat that looked like a splash of sunshine on this gray day. He loved the rain. As he walked, Aiden noticed something. Over by the big oak tree, a little girl was standing all alone. It was Molly, from the younger class. She had short brown hair and was holding her pink backpack over her head, trying to stay dry. But the rain was starting to come down a little harder, and she looked worried, shivering just a tiny bit. Oh dear, she must have forgotten her raincoat. Aiden's happy splashing slowed to a stop. He couldn't just leave her there. He walked over to the tree, his boots making soft squishing sounds on the wet grass. Molly looked up, her eyes wide. "Molly, you'll get soaked," Aiden said in his kindest voice. "Here, take my raincoat." He started to unzip his bright yellow coat. Molly shook her head shyly, hugging her backpack tighter. But you'll get wet," she whispered. Her voice was as small as the raindrops. Aiden just smiled, a warm, friendly smile that made his eyes crinkle at the corners. "It's okay," he said cheerfully. "I love the rain." He gently took his raincoat off. It felt warm from his body. Carefully, he placed it over Molly's shoulders. The big yellow coat almost swallowed her up, making her look like a little duckling. He reached down and zipped it up all the way to her chin, making sure she was snug and warm inside. The coat was a little long on her, but she was completely protected from the rain. Molly looked down at the bright yellow sleeves and then back up at Aiden. A small smile started to form on her face. The rain was starting to fall on Aiden's hair now, but he didn't seem to mind at all. To make her feel even better, he swung his own blue backpack off his shoulders and held it over his head like a shield. "Don't worry, Molly," he declared in a deep, heroic voice. "Captain Aiden is here to protect you from the treacherous downpour." He puffed out his chest and marched in place, pretending to be a superhero fighting off invisible rain monsters. Molly's little smile turned into a big giggle. She watched him pretending to be a brave knight with a backpack shield, and her worries about the rain melted away. It was funny. Seeing her laugh made Aiden feel even happier. "Come on," he said, switching back to his normal voice. "I'll walk with you. My superhero shield will keep me safe." So, they started walking together down the street, toward their neighborhood. Molly was cozy and dry in the big yellow raincoat, and Aiden walked beside her, holding his backpack over his head, raindrops dripping from his hair and running down his cheeks like happy tears. They walked past colorful houses with warm lights glowing in the windows. The rain continued its gentle song on the pavement, on the leaves, and on Aiden's backpack. They talked about school and their favorite cartoons. Aiden told her about the cool spaceship he was building with his blocks, and Molly told him about her new kitten, who was fluffy and loved to chase string. The walk didn't seem long at all. Soon, they arrived at a little blue house with a bright red door. It was Molly's house. Just as they reached the front porch, the door opened. Molly's mom stood there, holding a big, fluffy towel. She looked at Molly, safe and dry in the oversized raincoat, and then at Aiden, who was dripping wet but still smiling. Her expression was full of warmth and gratitude. "Oh, Molly, I was so worried," she said, wrapping her daughter in a hug. Then she looked at Aiden. "Thank you so much for taking care of her, Aiden. That was incredibly kind of you." Molly wriggled out of her mom's hug and gave Aiden a huge, happy wave. "Aiden is the best," she shouted with a cheerful grin. Seeing her so happy and safe made Aiden feel wonderful inside. He waved back. "Bye, Molly. Bye, Mrs. Gable." Molly's mom smiled and invited him in to dry off, but Aiden shook his head. "It's okay, I don't live far," he said, "and besides," he added with a playful grin, "my super shield needs to get me home." As he turned and walked away from Molly's house, the rain was lighter now, almost a mist. The clouds were starting to part, and a sliver of sun was peeking through. Aiden didn't run. He just walked, feeling the cool, gentle drops on his face. He didn't feel cold at all. In fact, he felt warm all over, a happy glow that spread from his chest all the way to his fingertips. He looked up at the sky, a big, contented smile on his face, and thought to himself, helping feels warm even on a rainy day. And with that happy thought, the new hero of the neighborhood continued his joyful walk home.